before. So then we think that all these penalty, yes, you can smash either straight or cross, but don't need end sideline. If you go to just quarter court, after you smash, if she can take it, then you continue the next one. So just want to kill, then the end you make mistake. Okay? How okay? Then try to move faster, because after you let go, the speed increase, you go faster. So you need to
20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court for game 2. And as you just heard from the Singapore coaching staff, it's all about trying to confuse the world number 6.
Second game. Level. Play.
And of course, enforce your own game. Really step up to the mark. She's capable of it, Jamin. We've seen her on the World Tour. Really step up.
One, low.
And of course, with the players changing ends, we're going to get a much better read now as to how the air is flowing around this court. He Bingjiao with a noticeable amount of unforced errors from the top end of the court. And if that is mirrored by Yao Jamin, then there might just be a little bit of drift behind her.
2, 1.
A little bit of a telling off there from Amin.
3, 1.
Wow, just clips the top of the neck.
4, 1.
Well, I was talking about unforced errors. He Bingjiao's already kicked off this second game with a couple. One to the back line. One out front courts.
Service over. 2, 4.
Nicely read. Had a good few glances at that shuttle while it was in the air. He Bingjiao. What a reply. The fans loved it. And it was one of those highlight reel defenses, but unfortunately, a defense like this means that second shot, especially when you're up against such a capable player, means you're going to be a little bit out of position, your base is going to be off. That's the thing with badminton. The more spectacular the shot, the harder it is to get back into position for.
4, all.
As I said, such strength in this China squad that's been sent to Chengdu. The 5 starters here in this opening tie, all within the world top 10. It's a tough ask
5, 4.
for Singapore. As I said, when you've got such a strong team in Group A, then it's also going to be a tough ask for India and Canada.
6, 4.
It's going to be interesting to see how the stories evolve in the group stage. Right now, it's all about scoring as many points as you can. Oh, that's a wonderful opportunity for Jamin that she's just pushed long.
7, 4.
Great combination.
Service over. 5-7.
He Bingjia trying to control that fall. The last thing you want is to get a graze or a knock. It's the only thing that can really undermine a strength, a squad of such strength. And in terms of skill, is of course the spectre of injuries. Have to watch themselves this week. Towards that end, I'm sure. The world number 2, Chen Yufei, singles, and the world number 1, Chen and Jia, rested for this opening time.
Be more active in front.
7.
Well, I can tell you from the 4 courts in action, we've already had our first win. That's Aya Hori against Uganda on court 4. She's been in great form. That's the other Uber Cup tie happening, of course.
7-all.
Beautiful drop in to mid-court by Jiamin. 7-all.
对阵乌干达队，澳元希望对阵科普加贝，裁判员安德烈亚意大利，发球裁判孙刚中国。
Court 4, Uber-Cup, Japan versus Uganda. Women's single.
Well, she knows
Onozomi
exactly how precise she has to be.
versus Kusina Kobagabi. Empire Andrea Ciccone from Italy. Service show single from China.
Good pressure.
9-7. Badminton. Thank you.
Yao Jiamin trailing. Yao Jiamin actually the first badminton player in Singapore to reach junior world number 1. 2021, she was the first
Need to pull her to the net, then only can pull to the back.
Singaporean player to reach the season-ending World Tour finals. And of course the first player to reach top 20 as well. And in the appearance of the 2020 Olympics.
Service over. 10-8.
Notable achievements for the tiny island nation of Singapore. Good pace to this rally. Oh, just clipped it.
Service over. 9-10.
Saw the opportunity here. Step back nicely. Not
Thank you.
oh, it's a nice return by
11,
Bingjia.
9
正手他软压正手实现，你第一拍不丢了吗？这拍第二拍你不马上赶圆嘛？哎，很好。有时候就要自己中路准备他推两边，好吧？
自信，你现在只要打进那种的，很好，真的表现他圆网，你也聪明，给他推一个，我觉得。
20 seconds.
关键要有想法抓他。
Players on court.
So back on court after the game interval. And so far, though it is close, He Bingjia can be happy with her output. Struggled a little at the start of the match. But has now found a rhythm well. And is still on course at this point for a good, clean victory. And that's what it's all about. Now Charmin has certainly not been a walkover. And if she can, well, ideally take the second game. But if not, score as many points as she can. Remember, it's all going to be about, when you have such a strong contender in Group A, as to which of the other countries and how they fare against China as well, India and Canada. But China, well, just runaway favorites for that top spot in the group, really. So the real fight's going to be in Group A for second spot. Charmin just trying to push He Bingjia back with a good variation of shots.
15-9.
And she's now 6 points ahead. Well enough to leave that well alone.
10-15.
Flat drive with just a little bit too much juice on it. Oh, wonderful smack return.
11-15.
Good rally, that's been sent wide.
12-15.
Well, all He Bingjia had to do was watch that one fly out.
16-12.
She's now 5 points away from securing China's first point in the Uber Cup. Oh, just beginning to fray at the edges. Now Jiamin.
12.
Close,
12.
but the points falling away from her. Oh, what a return that would have been. She's calling a challenge. It's our first challenger on court one this morning. I think she's going to be lucky. From up here, it looked like it was just shading out, but it's the manner that she took the shot didn't really encourage accuracy. Yep, as suspected.
Challenge
I guess when you're
unsuccessful.
19-12 up, why
One
not?
challenge remaining. Service over. 13.
So Heibing Zhao
19.
loses one of her challenges
Play.
for the last 2 points of this match. Or possibly the last 2 points of this match. Jiamin just focusing on that backhand side, but again, can't keep it in. So it is 7 match points.
20. Match point. 13.
Oh, Jiamin really thought she had that one, but it was lightning reflexes from the world number 6, and she takes it 21-13 in the second, and China have their first point in the tie.
Thank you.
A wave to the fans, and it's job done for Heibing Zhao. Looking at that final point, look at the reflexes there. She actually took it from behind her. Wonderful stuff. Started a bit slowly, but found her rhythm and has come through. There's confirmation of it, 21-15, 21-13, 37 minutes. And China 1-0 up in the tie. So, as we move on with this opening tie on court 1, it's the women's doubles up next. The first women's doubles, Liu Shengxu and Tan Ning, the world number 3 pair, against Zhao Wenheng and Jin Yujia. Well, the players just about ready to enter the arena. And a big cheer.
China versus Singapore. Lubricate. Women's double. Liu Shengxu, Tan Ning versus Hu Xiao, Jin Yujia.
Well, started off with a big cheer. It was a little bit more muted as they walked on. But it is the first women's doubles pair. And again, massive favourites, the world number 3. What a pair Liu Shengxu and Tan Ning are. Up against the world number 570 in Zhao Wenheng and the world number 47 in Jin Yujia. They did play together as a team, the Singaporeans, at the Badminton Asia Team Championships in Malaysia at the start of the year. First meeting between these pairs.
Red, you are black, yeah? Red. Receive. Who receive? You. Yeah, receive. Time you serve, right? Left side.
Zhao Wenheng, the youngest player in the SEA Games squad. They did pick up a joint bronze in that, and he's also played at the 2022 BWF World Junior Championships, and that was a first-round exit. But of course, first we look at the world number 3 pair that have burst onto the scene of late. It's their highest ranking. But gold medalists at the Sudirman Cup, that's their credentials in terms of team championships. Also bronze medalist at the Asian Championships. And Ningbo, that was just last month. 20 years old. And her partner, 21. Already world number 3. And they are kind of mixed team specialists. They're also gold medalists in the 2023 Asia Mixed Team Championships. And double gold medalists at junior level as well. I mean, it's everywhere you look, it's accolades and praise. They can only get really better and better, benefiting from this wonderful training setup and having just the best players in Asia, at least, if not the world, around them. But fantastic addition. And their opponents, Zhao Wenheng and Jin Yujia. Oh, Zhao Wenheng, of course, they've played separately. They did play at the Badminton Asia Team Championships, as I said, and didn't make it past the group stage. Zhao Wenheng, 17 years old, and Jin Yujia, 27. There you go. Born in Hangzhou, but represents Singapore. And there she is, 17 years old, Malaysian at birth. Now, Jinyu Jia has actually made some impact in terms of women's doubles, made the quarterfinals of the Malaysia Open with Crystal Wong, who's actually not in the squad this year. Jessica Tan also not in the squad. Grace Chua decided to go with the youngsters. And Zhao Wenheng, well, second at the Mongolia Junior International Series. That was with Elsa Lai, who's also in the squad. So very much up-and-comers, and as I said at the start of the tie, there's no better stage to show exactly how good you are. And if you're going to get better, you have to play the best. And right now, in my humble opinion, Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning are vying for that title of being the best. Umpire with this one, Yun Pam Du An.
Ready? Ladies and gentlemen.
Our service judge, Fadil Said.
Represented by Jin Yu Yi and Heng Sao Eng. And on my left, China, represented by Liu Shenxu and Tan Ning. China to serve, Tan Ning to Jin Yu Yi. Level, play.
So the Chinese pair gets us underway.
Tan Ning challenges, call out.
An immediate challenge, and look at that. Sharp eyes.
One,
First point challenged.
play.
And they keep their challenges as it is successful. The deep flick serve catches out Zhao Wenheng. And that's what they've got to watch. The biggest difference in terms of world ranking is really about how tight and compact your game is. And that, of course, comes down to unforced errors. And Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning, when they get going, very tight, very compact, very fast, very efficient. That's something that Heng and Jin are going to have to look out for. Again, the deep serve, this time picked up, but straight down the middle, steep as well. And Tan Ning absolutely running the show at the moment. 6-love.
2号场地康斯杯，马来西亚队对阵中国香港队，男子双打，谢定峰、苏伟毅对阵俄国签杨胜才。
Court 2, Thomas Malaysia versus Hong Kong, China. Men's double. 谢定峰、苏伟毅 versus Walter Kim, Yong Shin-chul.
Oh, that was a good idea by Zheng.
印度发球裁判员罗哈马。
Just have to get over the nerves, the stage, the general atmosphere, which seems to be overwhelming them a little bit. What's important is just score as many points as they can, and that, of course, means getting started on the scoreboard. 9-love, the Chinese pair. Absolutely racing away here, and to be honest, haven't really had to get out of first gear to do it. Oh, That's the first mistake from them. That's the first point for Heng and Jin. Wonderful return again from Tan Ning. He's really stepped up.
10-1.
Again, sent it long. And that's, as we move to the mid-game interval, the real difference between the two pairs has been unforced errors. Just one from Liu and Tan.
Call 1, 20 seconds. Call 1, 20 seconds. Thank you.
So back on court for second phase of game one, and the first phase took just 5 minutes.
1. Play. Service over.
Well, that's a second mistake.
11.
China pair. That's good from Jin Yu Zhao. Little bit loose on the defense, but
12-2.
just saw that return from Xiao and Heng just going a little bit too high.
13-2.
That's good. Holding their own in the rally, the Singaporeans. Tried the ambitious drop shot.
14-2.
Oh, that's
Over.
the first real winner that they've
14.
had. And that's going to give them a lot of encouragement. It's so easy when playing a pair like Liu and Tan to get disheartened. Tan Ning with the backcourt duties, rotated nicely with
15.
Yu Shengshu. That's one of the trademarks of them as a pair, actually. They're very interchangeable. It's an important skill to have in the women's doubles category these days. We'll play front and back. This is much better from Jin and Heng. But still having a bit of trouble just keeping it. Those tram lines.
3.
4号场地尤国杯，日本队对阵乌干达队。女子双打，女子单打宫崎咏花对阵姆巴拉奇。
Great return.
Court 4, Overturn. Japan versus Uganda.
16.
Women's single, Tamaka Miyazaki versus Bueras Mambabazi.
裁判员郭邦贤，中华台北；发球裁判员黄维娜，中国香港。
Nice
Empire.
defensive play by Zhao Wenheng. Just got a little bit confused in the mid-court. Duntan with their usual relentless attack moving forward. 17-4, making quick work of this first game. Just
4.
not quite keeping it. In terms of that stiff wrist and a little bit loose. It's Zhao Wenheng that's just a little bit too enthusiastic right now, and oh, it's a great idea by Heng.
20. Game point 4.
So 16 game points for the world number 3 pair.
Game.
And it's a fault from Jin Yu-ja. 21-4 in 10 minutes.
4.
And that just gives you an idea of the pressures of the team championships.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Second game, level play.
So, second game underway. A couple of nice touches by Zhao Wenheng, but
1 love.
that was Tan Ning who was just on hand to finish that off. Flying across court. Some good work by Zhao Wenheng. Certainly giving their best into this rally. Just a little bit too low.
Low.
Much, much better output.
Nice
net tumble that she has apologized for, but as you can see from the coaching staff, they're happy with that. I'm trying to reply that flick serve that she was caught out with before, Zhao Wenheng, and hers a little too long. It just goes to show you how wonderfully accurate that flick serve we saw earlier from Tan Ning was. Tan Ning was really on fire in that first game. It's good court coverage by Zhao Wenheng. That's wonderful court coverage by Liu Shengshu at the back on the other side.
1.
Oh, that's really what Liu Shengshu's about.
1.
So good at reading those spaces. Sees the opportunity at forecourt, just so aware, and then just steps up. Nice steep kill. One of the key performers at the Sudirman Cup in Suzhou last year. Of course, she was only 19 at the time, but really did help the team. Oh, wonderful pickup by Yu Jin.
Service over. 2, 5.
So good output from them in this second game. Hang and Jin still trailing, but really getting stuck into these rallies.
Service over. 6, 2.
And there's Chen Yufei. Rested today. Oh, that's great play by Zhao and Jin. Speed and power from Zhao Wenheng.
Service over.
Must
3,
have covered the entire
6.
length and breadth of the court in that play. Now beginning to show a little bit of their true potential. Just a little bit overawed in that first game, as you can imagine.
Service over. 7, 3.
But they are going to have to tighten up a little bit in terms of unforced errors. Again, great defense by these Singaporeans.
Service over. 8-4.
Well, it is a bit of a stretch, but if they can make an impact in this second game, and of course, if they can dare to dream for even taking it, well, that would be
Service
a
over.
wonderful, wonderful boost for the team in general.
Service over. 9-5.
So Lewintown with another chance to pull ahead.
Oh,
Oh, it's been some great play from Jin Yu Chao. Very
service over.
low
6-9.
cross court. Just enough to offset the Chinese pair.
Service over. 10-6. Play.
Just snatched at that, Jin.
Service over. 7-10. Service over. 11-7 in double.
So at the break, 11-7 up, and much tighter display from the Singaporean ladies.
Call 1 20 seconds. Call 1 20 seconds. Thank you, coach. Eleven, 7. Play.
Just targeting Zhao and Heng,
7.
and it works.
Seven.
Oh, they're trying to keep it as flat as possible. Seems to be the strategy for Heng and Jin. And in all honesty, it's certainly been far more successful than the direct attack. That's a beautiful shot, and that's a wonderful challenge.
Unsuccessful. 1 challenge remaining. Service over. 18, 13.
And the score line, as you can see, reflects their extra effort and their wonderful input in this second game, where they have started to fire, and it might be from that side of the court that they're firing from. That's a great rotation from them as well. That speed of Zhao Enheng. You just get the feeling that they have the elements. And if they can just combine those elements perfectly, that there might just be some life in this game yet. But Liu and Tan are just so solid in all areas of the game. Good pickup from Cheng Shu. Marshals that well. That's out, yes.
15, 8.
So now 6 points away from China's second point in the tie. Just look at that movement by Tan Ning and Liu Shengshu. Just it's almost telepathic in terms of their footwork and court coverage. Oh, a little bit bunched up on the right side.
17,
And that just left
8.
acres of space on the other side. You just see them. That's how important positioning is. Just a little bit of miscommunication. Actually, it was Jin Yu Jin's fault, really, for leaning into that right side. But remember, they usually play with different partners. Elsa Lai for Zhao Enheng, Crystal Wong for Jin Yu Jin. So sometimes when you do come to the team championships, there are a few little areas that need to be worked on. And I don't think, respectfully, they're going to have the time in this match to work on them, as Liu and Tan are cruising. Down the middle.
Service over. 9, 18.
Nice little touches by Jin Yu Jiao. Oh, straight down the middle by Tan Ning. Knew exactly where she was going to put it.
Court 3, Thomas Ko, Korea versus Canada. Men's single, Chung Yok-hu versus Victor Lau.
裁判员孔明义，中国；发球裁判员雅各布，丹麦。
Empire Kong Yumi from China. Service judge Jacob Simper from Denmark.
Oh, tight serve and just lofted in.
Match
So
point.
11 match points. Again bunched up on the right this time.
Service over.
Zhao Enheng sees the danger and moves across, but
20.
managed to score that point. little bit too enthusiastic from Tan Ning.
11-20.
And that's in, and that's that. 21-11, 29 minutes is all it took for the world number threes. Just a easy enough workout for them, especially in the first game.
21-11.
Pushed a little bit more in the second, but really still never had to get out of first or second gear. China doing their home fans proud at the moment. And no significant problems so far as we look at that. The confirmation of it, 21-4, 21-11 in 29 minutes. And it's 2-0 on the tie score. China versus Singapore. So coming up next, it's the second women's singles. Han Yue against Inshira Khan. Don't go anywhere. So court one action as we move through this opening time. It is time for the second women's singles. Han Yue, the world number 7, taking on Inshira Khan. China with the expected firm grip on this opening time. 2-0 in terms of the lead, and the players already making their way out to court one. Well, Han Yue, such a competent, capable player, and the perfect player to have in at second singles. First meeting between these pairs, up against the 22-year-olds, Noor Inshira Khan, Binti Abdul Hamid Khan, that's her full name. So look at the coin toss, and that is Robertus Oscariano from Indonesia is the umpire. That should mean that Hermin Armin Mer is the... I'll just... As I said, this is a... So far, expected, you'd have to say, as China were always expected to come through. the big headline would have been if they were in any way upset. Han Yue, as I said, the perfect player to have as your second women's singles, and they have such a rich lineup with Chen Yufei and Wang Zhiyi, the 24-year-old from Fujian, ranked 7th in the world, and that is the peak of her ranking right now. Such great court coverage, wonderful shot maker. Against Inshira Khan, who made her debut in her first SEA Games at just 16 years old. All the exuberance of youth. But she went on consistent performances, winning medals at the SEA Games in 2017, 2019, and 2021. She turned professional after graduating from her studies and is currently ranked 151st in the world. But one of the up-and-comers, as well, as I said, very much all of this team really from Singapore, but she'd love to follow in the footsteps of Yao Jiamin. I'm sure she was watching that opening match very closely indeed. I fully expect Han Yue to keep her spot as second singles, even when Chen Yufei comes back into the side.
Ready to play?
As I said, what you need is solid players in all areas of the court. That's exactly what she is. But, I mean, that's not taking anything away from the likes of Wang Zhiyi, He Bingjiao, and, of course, Chen Yufei herself. Just to confirm, as our umpire Robertus Oscariano, and as I suspected, Armin Mir in the service judge chair. Once again, getting underway.
Right, Singapore, represented by Inshira Khan. And on my left, China, represented by Han Yue. China to serve. Level play.
Well, as we get underway with this third match in the opening tie, I am tempted to say that there is a tiny bit of drift blowing up your screen as you see it from bottom to top. That makes that position, of course, have to wait and see, as I said, throughout the weekend. The reads are from some of the other players and people involved, but just does look like players opening up a little bit more from that top end, which is indicative of firing into the wind. Well, it's a great start from Inshira, matching Han Yue shot for shot. Really, the only difference between both of them in that rally was footwork. Inshira just taking a couple of extra half steps every now and then, as you'd expect from a much younger player. Footwork, absolutely crucial in singles, and Han Yue's is very good. Split step, half step. The twist of the body. Just good, efficient movement. Oh, I think we might have the makings of a tough match here. Nicely picked up by Han Yue. Oh, Great pick up again. Oh, wonderful idea by Khan. Just couldn't keep it in.
Size over. 4-2.
Great cross-court. Han Yue really getting into her stride now, but you can tell she's being pushed on these points. Certainly not a walk in the park. That in? No, just out.
Service over. 3-6.
That was a great return by Inshira.
4号场地尤国杯，日本队对阵乌干达队女子双打，宫古林奈、英本炫子对阵法迪拉克特雷西。
Court 4, Ubuka, Japan versus Uganda. Women's double, Lina Miyawuna, Ayako Sakuramoto versus Fadila.
Well, that's in. Challenge called, and Han Yue might just be right about that one. She was very close to it. Up here it looked like it might be shading, but it could also be clipping the line.
From Italy.
And it has. Wonderful shot by Inshira Khan.
Successful. One challenge remaining.
Oh, what an important point that was.
Play.
7-4 or 6-5. This is turning into a wonderful match. It's the net that makes the difference there.
Service over. 7-5.
And I'll tell you one thing, just in that last rally, that remark I made about Inshira Khan's footwork, well, her footwork was absolutely spectacular in that last rally. And it is again here. Impressive stuff.
2号场地汤姆斯杯。
Well, I don't think I have to tell you exactly how damaging it would be if Han Yue anyway did not come through with a world ranking of some 140 places above her. She is still the clear favorite, but she's facing some great pressure here by the young Singaporean.
来自奥地利，安排 Sudirman from Mauritius, service judge David Grant by Schwellen from Austria.
Oh, again, clinical execution, just a bit too long. But such a great angle on that shot.
Service over. 6 done.
And that's class from Han Yue. So at the break, 11-6 up. A much tighter contest than a lot would have expected.
M2 slide already. You just hit over will do it. Because now she's not with you, she just stand behind. So basically, if you hit over, she like hit it. So you don't need the hands so high. But this one is good. Fast match cross, fast match straight. Then the other one, you need to be in position. You need to run faster. You need to like add one more flat. You know, like see the counter there, wait for her to go like 1, 2 to the counter, then you hit. You just need to be engaged the racket, just run it. But when you run before the time, you need to change speed. Like do something.
Well, just a quick pep talk from the Chinese national coaching setup for Han Yue. And clear instructions for Inshira Khan. Keep sticking with those half smashes, cross and straight. And try and move a little bit faster around court. Well, it certainly worked that time, upping the tempo.
Service over. 7-11.
So delicate, the net, and this time it comes out
8-11.
for Inshira Khan. Smaller and smaller until it was too small for Han Yue. Well, Han Yue, as I said, capable and competent. And I think in the bigger picture, has been making more and more of an impact on the HSBC BWF World Tour. Just last year, in fact, 2023, it was the Arctic Open where she beat her compatriot Wang Zhiyi. A couple of runner-ups as well, also against her compatriots Chen Yufei at the China Masters and Zhang Yiman, the Thailand Masters. But if you had to really nitpick, I guess when you're looking at all of the top 5 Chinese women's singles players, perhaps she can be a little bit more incisive. She's good all-rounder, of course, but that makes her perfect for a team play, but can be susceptible to not really enforcing her game at times. We saw that earlier with He Bingjiao as well in the opening match. She was very much slow to start, was 6 love behind, then was just really replying Yao Jiamin and playing along. But as soon as she started stepping into the net, firing off the smashes, and that's when she really took control of it. And I think you could say, as I said, if you had to nitpick, Han Yue could be a little bit more attacking minded. Of course, in this match at 15-8 up, does she need to be? That's the question. I think the answer is she's doing just fine right now. almost caught her out there.
16, 8.
She gets down well though, Anyway. There's proof of it. Shira Khan trying to catch her out with drops to the front court again. She's equal to it. And again, that's 4 times in this rally. And she's had to really dig deep. And the 5th time, it's Shira who makes the mistake. 17-8. Well, that's better. That's exactly what I was talking about. Really snatching and getting more aggressive. Just keeping that control, though. Just doing enough to force the errors as well.
19, 8.
That is one of the things about that. Again, great aggression. It's one of the things about this World Team Championship is you really do get matchups like this. The first meeting, of course, between them. And you can, as you progress on the World Tour, keep meeting the same players at times, get very used to their game. And so when you're playing somebody that you've never played before, as she takes the first game 21-8, it can spark up that need to be a little bit more flexible, a little bit more versatile in your play.
Board 1, 20 seconds.
So back on court for game 2.
Level. Play. Love.
Well, this has been a good start for Anyway. You saw her dutifully following orders from her coaches in the break. It seems to have paid dividends so far. It's definitely been A little bit more front foot so far in these opening points of game 2. Forcing the issue. That's gone wide.
Service over. 1-2. Service over. 3-1.
Ah, nice bit of deception by Han Yue. Just pushed Inshira Khan off that attacking line that she was following. That's the whole point of it. 4-1. Couple of errors on that right side. Inshira, no real choice but to lift. Smart play by Han Yue, focusing and targeting the backhand side. That's gone out, relying on those mistakes and really making Inshira have to run.
6-2.
Building her lead nicely, Han Yue. That's beautifully lofted into the backcourt.
8-2.
As I said earlier, one incredible run of results China have had at the Uber Cup. And that, of course, included 6 wins in a row between 1998 and 2008. That's a decade of absolute dominance, but in addition to that, 15 titles, 4 runner-up finishes, and 1 4th place in 2018. It's just remarkable. They are, of course, the most successful nation. Not the current champions, that's South Korea, but one of 5 nations that have won it. Japan with 6 titles, Indonesia with 3, the United States with 3. In fact, they were the first team to win in 1957 when it was founded by the British player Betty Uber.
11-2 interval.
So as we get to the second interval, it's been a far more compact performance by Han Yue, and it's really taken the sting out of Inshira's attack. 11-2. Wonderful stuff.
Code 1, 20 seconds. Code 1, 20 seconds.
Well, I'm sure the advice to Inshira Khan was to keep her head up. Han Yue
11-2.
getting better and better as this match goes through. As I said, China, one of the 5 nations to have won it. 9 teams have made it to the finals, though.
12-2.
Denmark, England, Netherlands, Thailand, Sweden, Hong Kong, Germany, Taipei. Oh, again, just wonderfully drifted in. This is beautiful play from Han Yue. It's really taken whatever advice her coaches has given on board. It's just shutting all the doors for Inshira Khan, not really letting her play her game, which was looking quite dangerous in the first game. Shut those avenues of success for her, but in addition to that, finding good angles for her own winners. Marshall the back line well as well. And that's 14-2. Oh, again, look at the quality of that winner. Very happy with her output. Just have a look at this. Steps back nicely, turns the body, and it's just pinpoint accurate. Oh. Now, there've just been so many names you can think of, women's Chinese women's singles players and champions at that. So if you do have a spot in the China national team right now, just imagine the amount of experience and information, technical expertise that gets passed down. And that same expertise and guidance that has taken the likes of Wang Xixian and Li Juri. Just off the top of my head, a couple.
73.
It's a wonderful opportunity for the likes of Han Yue, Wang Ji, Zhang Yiman. Gao Fangji, of course, didn't make the team this time. There's another wonderful winner, plucked out of the air. I have a funny feeling that she's going to do this. 21-4, maybe 21-3. I'll be very impressed if Inshira Khan can cut into this, get another point back. Oh, well, there's a mistake. That just proves it that she can. First mistake that Han Yue's made in this second game, as I can recall. In fact, so many great players coming out of China, it does actually cause a problem sometimes, especially in Olympic years like this one. Only 2 players from any nation allowed through, and you can imagine if you've got 7 or 8 amazing singles players, then it is tough selection. So 16 match points. And she's going to have to wait a little bit longer. Very good start to Han Yue's campaign here in Chengdu this week. Again, just wonderfully crafted, that winner. 21-5 in the second, 27 minutes on court. Han Yue has put on a bit of a show here. And that, of course, is 3-0 in the tie, so the tie officially won, but as I pointed out earlier, in these group stage matches. All 5 of the matches in each tie will be played out for classification purposes. But China have officially moved past the point of no return in terms of this tie. So for Singapore now, it's really about racking up as many points as you can to rescue from this. There's confirmation, 21-8, 21-5, 27 minutes, and we move on. 3-0 in the tie to China. And coming up next is the second women's doubles. Zhang Shuxian and Zheng Yu, the world number 5 pair, up against Elsa Lai and Michelle Zhang. Don't go anywhere. So as we move on, China have officially taken this tie, but the last 2 matches to be played, the women's doubles, second women's doubles, Zhang Shuxian and Zheng Yu against Elsa Lai and Michelle Zhang. I can see the players already making their way out to court 1. Another young player in Elsa Lai, 19 years old. And Michelle Zhang, who's actually played with both Elsa Lai and Zhao Enheng. Again, another pair that made an appearance at the Badminton Asia Team Championships in Malaysia earlier this year. Sadly, didn't come through. First meeting between these pairs. And they are also about to face some very stiff opposition in Zhang and Zheng. Many have been calling them the new ZZ Top. They are a great pair. Zhang and Zheng, also very young and also very talented, very much in the mold of Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning. And they've already made their impact on the World Tour. Zhang Shuxian there. Bronze medalist at the World Championships last year, gold medalist at the Sudirman Cup, also in that young side that triumphed in Zhuzhou. And Zheng Yu, very capable player indeed. Well, not to mention the 4 medals they picked up at the World Junior Championships, but also part of the silver medal squad from the 22 edition of the Uber Cup. 28 years old, Zheng Yu, born in Shandong, and their highest ranking up at number 2, and that was back in May of last year. And their opponents, well, that's Elsa Lai, teaming up with Michelle Zhang this time.
Team Japan versus Team Uganda. Women's double. Nami Matsuyama. Wakana Nakahara versus Lucina Yubagabi. Gladys Mbamba.
Michelle Zhang, just 17 years old. And look at that, ranked 971st in the world. What a stage for her to be firing. And there's 19-year-old Elsa Lai from Penang. She's represented Singapore in the World Junior Championships on a local scale. Has also made the National Open Championships in Singapore, reached the semi-finals in both women's doubles and mixed doubles. So definitely 2 names for the future. And this, based on their ranking, is going to be one of the biggest matches that they've had to play. I'm sure they're looking forward to it. Might be overawed because of the, well, just gaping chasm in terms of skills and world ranking. And of course, Zhang and Zheng very well established on the HSBC BWF World Tour already. So again, China, the just incredible favorites for this match. But let's just see how many points Elsa and Michelle can put into Singapore's bag. As I said right at the start of the tie, it's not really, if you can't win the tie, then it's about doing the best you can. Fadil Said, the umpire for this one, joined by Nguyen Pham Duy An, and the service judge champ.
On my right, Singapore, represented by Elsa Lai, Yiting, and Michelle Zhang. And on my left, China, represented by Zheng Yu and Zhang Chuxian. Singapore to serve, Elsa Lai Yiting to Zheng Yu. Love all, play.
Well, as I was saying, as many points as they can get. Hopefully a game, if they can take it off. I have to say, with all due respect to Elsa and Michelle, that's going to be very difficult against Zhang and Zheng. But it's not just about their performance against China, it's also about India's performance and Canada's performance in the other 2 teams, of course, in Group A. Because really, if China are going to live up to their hype and expectations and take the top spot in the group, then it's who is going to fight for second. India, very young squad as well, successful at the Badminton Asia Team Championships without the likes of PV Sindhu. And Canada will be relying a lot on Michelle Lee, of course, but then there are chances to score against them in the doubles and second and third singles. And unsurprisingly, Zhang and Zheng have pushed their way up to 4-love immediately. Beautifully picked out by Xu Xian. I wonder if we're going to need to see them get out of first or second gear. We didn't see Lu Xingxu and Tan Ning in the first women's doubles have to shift out of those early gears.
Korea versus Canada. Men's double. Kim Dong-ju, Kim Wong-hu versus Kevin Lee, Ty Linderman. 裁判员刘云来自中国。
I mean, it really is incredible to think that Chen Xingchen and Jia Yifan are just watching this match,
From China. Service judge Stephanie
along with Chen Yufei.
from France.
based on this wonderful performance by the Chinese youngsters. I wonder if we'll even see them in the group stage.
8-love.
Well, this has been a straight run of 9 points. Combination of winners and errors from Elsa and Michelle.
Service over.
And that's their first point on the board. Xuxian marking time on that back line very well. Zheng Yu just looking to clear up at the front. And 3 minutes on the clock, and we're already closing in on the mid-game interval. Wonderful serve. 11-1.
Interval. Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Zhang Xuxian to serve. Yes. 11-1. Play.
Another great serve by Zheng Yu.
12-1.
Went a little bit deeper this time, Zheng. Same result. Just stroking it over the net, Zheng Yu. Such a graceful player. Xuxian a little bit more that nervous energy, but still deadly accurate. Together, they really do make an odd couple, but a very successful one. Well left by Zheng.
Service over, 14-2.
Have to try and score as many points as possible, also Michelle, if they can break through this almost effortless defense from Zheng and Zhang, which they can transition to an effortless attack, as you just saw. Now the world number 5 pair currently.
Service over, 3-15.
And at 24 and 28, well, they're certainly not the youngest pair. I think that's got to have to be Lu Shengshu and Tan Ning. And you've got these two, and then of course Chen Xingchen and Jia Yifan. But anything but success is not an option. 16-3. And of course, if you do know the pair, then you know that Zhang Chusen actually did play with Liu Shengshu back in 2023. He even picked up a title as well, the Indonesia Masters. So interchangeable in a sense, but of course since then she's been with Zheng Yu, so just over a year now they've been together, and they've already picked up 2 titles in 2023, the Hilo Open and the Japan Masters. They were runner-up on 3 occasions. 2 of those were to Liu Shengshu and Tan Ning, so a great rivalry building up there. And this their second, or what is her second Uber Cup. Absolutely running away with this first game. So 17 match points, and that is the largest that we've seen, oh sorry, game points that we've seen today. We saw 16 just now in Han Yue's match. Oh, nice reach by Zheng Yu, and it's 21-3 in 8 minutes. Great stretch there by Zheng Yu. So players making their court, making their way back out on court 1 for game 2, and it's good to see Elsa and Michelle with their spirits high, smiles on their faces.
Second game, love all. Play.
We're here for the experience and are hoping that they're going to have a tiny bit of resurgence from the top end based on initial readings. That should mean going into a very tiny drift. That might just help them. We did see very good second game by Zhao Enheng and Jinyu Jia. He really stepped into the attack. Points is what it's all about.
Server 2-1.
Based on the way this match has been evolving, I'd have to say it's a bit of a stretch to say that they could be stealing a game off Zhang and Zheng. But points, that's always going to help. Well, everything helps, really. Said the tiebreakers for the group stage: matches won, match result, match difference, game difference, and point difference.
Server 2-3. Service over, 4-2. Service over, 3-4.
And this is exactly what I'm talking about. Good start from Singaporeans in the second game. A little bit more hustle in their attack. That's the thing.
Service over, 5-3.
It's whether you can also keep it tight. Oh, nice little push by Elsa Lai. Just had a quick double take on that. Just out.
Service over, 4-6. Service over, 7-4.
But how about that for variation of shot by Zhang Chuxian? Zheng Yu now taking over the back. Good rotation by the Chinese pair. And also a good fight back by Michelle Zhang. Just a bit too quick for Elsa Lai.
8-4.
Well, it's already been a greater return in this second game for them than the first.
Leg. Service over, 5-8. Service over, 9-5.
So, shuttle back with Zhang and Zheng. And Zheng Yu serving. Great movement by Zhang and Zheng.
Yes. 10-5.
Wonderful the way they covered that court. Oh, just a bit too low.
6-10.
That is one of the first mistakes we've seen. The second game by Xuxian. Oh, again, look at that. Wonderful pattern of play. And it's 11-6 at the break.
11-6 interval.
But just that shuttle being splayed left and right. It's both from the racket of Xuxian. Incredible stuff.
Court 1, 20 seconds, court 1, 20 seconds.
Well, the ZZ twins are out on court early. I'm very happy with their output, I'm sure. And the general consensus on the Singapore coaching staff was to try and speed it up, and that is a very good ploy, I guess. Nice point there by Michelle Zhang.
7-11.
Did have all the time in the world from that high lift. Comes back with power straight to the body. Xu Xian. And they're off and running again. Loving this fight back by Elsa and Michelle in this second game. And a mistake there by Xu Xian.
9-13.
Nice pick up there by Elsa Lai. It's a little bit hopeful.
14-9.
Well, we're not that far back. Oh, it's a great cross court, and again. So 15-9, and that's moved up to 16 now. Much better output. They've certainly tried to up the tempo, Elsa and Michelle. Varied degrees of success. But Zhang and Zheng just have been resolute enough. Still haven't really seen them kick into that third gear that they have. It has been decent coverage, and I mean, I guess with the first tie of the campaign and a long week ahead, the most important thing is to just really get into your rhythm, and they've certainly done that. And that can be said of all, in fact, the starters for China today. Good rotation by Zhang and Zheng. And look at that movement across court. Wonderful stuff. Oh, they're proving that no matter how fast Elsa and Michelle want to play, they can play just as fast. It's a wonderful rally, though. Xu Xian, in the end, is the one that disarms them. 2 points away from a 4-0 lead in the tie. Tie already won, as I said.
Behind you, yes. Thank
I really can't see a situation where China are going to need to have a statistic classification tiebreaker, but you never know. You really never know. But they have, in terms of stats, well, it's been perfect from them so far. Haven't dropped a game. Big wins in terms of point difference. And of course, way ahead in the tie. Haven't conceded a point. 11 match points. Wow. A little bit too enthusiastic on that serve.
20.
Deep serve by El Salai. Mistake by Xu Xian. That's a misread by Xu Xian, who I think now has just slipped into a bit of a state of complacency. Couple of points gone. Has to refocus a little. Well, 21-12, it's a mistake by Michelle Zhang in the end. And those extra 2 points, well, Singapore will quite happily take them, of course, and add them into the pot. Another solid run out. 24 minutes that took.
China, 21-3, 21-12.
All smiles for Zhang and Zheng. Great performance. Here's the final point. And Michelle Zhang just a little bit too flat on that final return. So there's confirmation of it. 21-3, 21-12 in 24 minutes. And China with a 4-0 lead in the tie, looking to make it a clean sweep. It's just the women's singles up next. And that is it, the final match of this tie. Wang Zhiyi, the world number 8, against Megan Lee Xinyi, coming up next. So final match of this opening tie on court 1 on day 1 of the Uber Cup 2024, and it's Wang Zhiyi, the 3rd women's singles, up against Megan Lee. I can just see the players making their way out to court one now. And ready for the coin toss once again. First meeting between these players.
What is your choice? Red or black? Red. So black is yours. Black, you want the toss. Serve. Which side you want? Left. Okay.
So with the coin toss out of the way, and it looks like Megan Lee Xinyi is going to be serving. Wang Zhiyi, the lowest ranked singles player in China's starting lineup today, but that doesn't really do that. Well, it doesn't really make much of a difference. She's still world number 8. That just says volumes for the other women's singles. He Bingzhou at 6, Han Yue at 7, Chen Yufei at 2. So it's still very dangerous opponent indeed. 23 years old now. There's confirmation of that ranking 8, and she has been as high as 6, and that was back in January of 2023. Up against the world number 207, 18-year-old Megan Lee Xinyi. Plenty of badminton ahead of her in her career. This is by far probably one of the biggest matches of her career. Also did take part for Singapore in the recent Badminton Asia Team Championships. There aren't very many team championships. There's the Asian Games, there's BATC, and of course this, the biggest of all of them, the Uber Cup. So it is another tough ask and a very big mountain to climb for Megan Lee, but as I said, the tie is already beyond them. China have already taken the win. It's whether they can do it with a clean sweep, which is what this will be if Wang Zhiyi can finish this match in straight games. There have been points lost, of course. It's very unusual for teams to not lose a point. In fact, saying that, Japan versus Uganda, that was a 21-love game in one of those matches. I noticed earlier on today, it was the only other Uber Cup match or tie that was played this morning. Umpire Armin Mea. And that's Robertus Oscariano in the service judge chair. So on paper, this should be absolutely no problems for Wang Zhiyi. And China should have a clean sweep on their hands. 37 minutes that first match, women's singles. 28 minutes the first women's doubles. 27 minutes the second women's singles, and 24 minutes the second women's doubles. They've been getting quicker and more efficient. China haven't dropped a game. 4-0 up.
Singapore to serve. Level. Play.
That's a good start from Megan. She actually started playing badminton when she was just 6.
1 love.
Represented Singapore at the World Junior Championships at 13, and was also selected for the 2022 SEA Games contingent. She actually won the National Open Championships in 2023. in the women's doubles category and second for the women's singles. So
Love.
very versatile player just at the start of her career. Whether she's going to have enough to oust the world number 8, well, that's
Service over.
a different kettle of
1,
fish,
2.
as they say. Oh, perfect from Wang Ji.
2 all. Three, 2.
Megan Lee actually did, even at 18, take Sung Sho-yun of Chinese Taipei to 3 games at the Badminton Asia Team Championships. One of only 2 players in the Singapore lineup that went to 3 games. Jaslyn Hu was the other one. Jaslyn not selected for this tie.
4, 2.
It's a good start from Megan so far. Good court coverage, just a little bit late to that one. Footwork a little bit loose, as you'd expect from the 18-year-old. In fact, talking of youngsters, none other than Tomoka Miyazaki for Japan has been selected in her squad for the Yuba Cup. Alwi Farhan for the Thomas Cup, the World Junior Champion in the Indonesian squad. Great platform and stage for young players to really show what they've got.
3, 6.
And Mokab for India as well. The big sensation from their successful women's team at the Badminton Asia Team Championships.
4, 6.
Just a little bit wide.
5.
And how about this? Megan Lee just 1 point back.
Service over. 7, 5.
Well, job 1 for the world number 207 would be
8, 5.
to snatch the lead if she can. And Wang Ji knows this. And that's why just putting a little bit more effort in to make sure of it, because it's a bit too close for her liking right now. Beginning to settle back into rhythm. 10-5 and on the cusp of the mid-game interval. So 11-6 at the break.
Court 1, 20 seconds. Court 1, 20 seconds. Players on court. Play.
So back on court, the second phase of game one. Spirited effort so far by Megan Lee, but Wang Ji beginning to pull away.
7-11. Service over. 12-7. Out. 13-7. Out. 14-7.
And now beginning to enforce her style of play and defending a much bigger lead. It's good control from mid-court. Just testing her range, I think. That's a nice touch by Ji.
16-7. Singapore challenges called in.
Challenge coming.
Correction. Out. Service over. 8-16. Play.
Well, including her 8 points scored so far, that's some consolation, I guess, for Singapore. Oh, nicely
9-16.
snatched back by Megan Lee.
2号场地，托马斯杯，马来西亚队对阵中国香港队，男子双打，吴世飞、努伊祖丁对阵李晋熙、邓俊文。Court 2, Thomas Cup, Malaysia versus Hong Kong, China. Men's double, Gong Xifei, Nur Izzuddin versus Reginald Lee, Tang Chun Man. 裁判员 罗哈纳来自斯里兰卡，发球裁判费恩来自印度。
With her 10 points, 79 points that Singapore have managed to score in this tie so far.
From India.
Singapore challenges called in.
And you never know how significant that's going to be come Wednesday, which is the final day of group action. Still to come, of course, ties for them against India and Canada.
Correction out. Service over.
That's well spotted by Megan.
Play.
Beautifully picked out of the air by Wang Ji.
18-11.
It's closing in. The sense of inevitability, as we've seen in all the other matches in this tie, living up to their tag as favorites. That is a wonderful return by Megan Lee, though. Really wrong-footed Ji.
Service over. 19-12.
There's Yao Jiamin and Shira Khan. Just pulled that, dragged it wide.
20. Game point 12.
8 game points.
托马斯杯，韩国队对阵加拿大队。男子单打，吕胜勋对阵伊姆兰瓦迪卡。Court 3, Thomas Cup, Korea versus Canada. Men's single.
21-12.
Versus Imran
Just 12 minutes.
裁判员雅各布
China now 1 game away from the clean sweep.
来自中国，Umpire Jacob Sinderberg from Denmark. Service judge Kong Mingyi from China.
往前那个推球上网的时候，稍微拍那竖起来有这样去，这样你老是推不出那个危险啊。在这边看你敢不敢发力，稍微把往前加一加就是，其他都正常啊，精力集中啊。
他开局经常打好的，打好，因为他们威胁不能保守，但是后头有时候比如说该起来的时候稍微起来还都行。整个打起来的时候，第一局相对来说稍微有点保守，在出手上面稍微。
我感觉旋波，我有时候
不敢，
得球比较快。
哦，对，因为到后头打起来，你反正他们的进攻是吧？你适应他就行了。我不行，我回头打起来，我手一下，有机会再打一分手，打一个，好吧。
Confident with your feeling, with your timing, with your contact, whatever good something from the game. Cannot like, wow, I wait for wait for some time to aim, hit, and in the end make your speed fall slow. Then after you hit, you just when you just hustle, you start just get ready.
Court 1, 20
and then
seconds.
Don't too excited,
Court
don't want to play
1,
them fast.
20 seconds.
Just take your time, just push, take your time.
Well, Wang Ji back on court. Wise words from the Singapore coaching staff. Not to get too excited, just to play your game.
Second game, low ball.
Keep as calm as possible.
Play.
So much pressure put on young players when they step on such a big court. And it really is a big court, not just for the players that you're facing, but of course a 12,000 capacity here at the Chengdu High Tech Zone Sports Center. Wonderful arena that has hosted World University Games, World Table Tennis Championships. But it can be daunting for an 18-year-old. Of course, the Thomas Cup is no stranger to debuting superstars. In fact, one of the standout statistics of this year is, of course, Ratchanok Intanon, who's now playing in her 7th Thomas Cup. She started as a 17-year-old. Tai Tsuying also started 17 years old. Megan Lee, just as we've seen with her other singles compatriots, just tightening up in this second game. But that is wide.
Service over. 1-3.
That's a good setup by Megan Lee. Just that last push, just beyond her. Six one. Ji playing a much higher line, making her stand in mid-court. That's forcing the issue a little bit for Megan Lee. Not necessarily pushing the tempo, but definitely cutting down reaction time or forcing her into quicker and quicker shots. And again, you just saw there, Wang Ji just not willing to be pushed back to the backcourt. Relying, or rather encouraging the youngster to shoot it long or wide. Just using her own unforced error count against her. Very smart play by Ji. There's another one.
9-2. Service over. 3-9.
All right, left serve. And a beautiful return, so deceptive. Megan Lee being reminded by the umpire that the badminton moonwalk not necessary, as the mop man was there to dry out that court. Just absolutely perfectly read by Wang Ji. So 11-3 at the break. Absolutely no problems. For China at the moment.
Once you net, then you get ready for fast break, then you can counter. But just now you just net, then you just react to it. So there's no change speed, there's no anticipation. That's why she's so comfortable. But no play. So later you net, then you get ready for fast break. Then you anticipate, then you follow up. See how hard.
So back on court for the final phase of action.
Service over. 4-11. All 5-11. Service over. 12-5.
Well, she's trying to force the issue. Wang Ji just a little bit too quick. And that's a nice return. And she's been really looking for that these last few points. And that's going to give her a lot of encouragement. Just be on top of that. Good reaction, good control, and a clear court to aim at. Win as many points as you can.
7-13.
She's got the serve back as well.
Service over. 14-7.
Well, she's finding out, Megan Lee, exactly how tough it is to score against top 10 player. Wang Ji knows that she should have killed that off.
8-14.
Nice recovery by Megan Lee. Just couldn't control the
Service
return.
15-8.
And that's out.
16-8.
Wow. Net court helps her. Her teammates very happy with that.
16. Service over. 17-9. Is it okay? Thank you.
Well, that's gone out. Just. And she's putting absolutely everything into this, Megan Lee. Trying to win as many points as possible. And that's another one that's come their way, courtesy of Wang Ji.
Service over. 10-18.
That's a great point. So 2 points needed for China to complete the clean sweep. And Singapore currently on 93 points scored throughout the tie. And that's what they can take away from this. It is not beyond stretch of imagination for them to really take it to a very young Indian side. And Canada try and shoot for that second spot in the group, which will of course give them qualification. So 10 match points for Wang Zhiyi. And didn't need any more. So it's 21-10 in 26 minutes.
Match won by China, 21-12, 21-10.
It's a clean sweep. And even without their biggest stars of Chen Yufei, Chen Xingchen and Jia Yifan, the Chinese starters have come out and delivered. Haven't dropped a game, all tight. And some of the performances have been spectacular. I would still say that Han Yue's second women's singles was really the standout. And that's confirmation, 21-12, 21-10, 26 minutes. China 5-0 winners on day one of the Uber Cup. And that's confirmation of that wonderful performance by China. As you can see, it's straight games all the way. 5-0 on the overall tie score. Singapore scoring 93 points off China within the games. And that might very much help them in their campaign this week as they shoot for, hopefully, the second spot in the group. But Group A right now being topped by the 15-time champions, China. So the next session is going to be kicking off at 1 o'clock local time. That's going to be under the stewardship of Trevor Harris and Chris Langridge, the Team GB former Olympic gold medalist. That's going to be the Thomas Cup finals, or as the Thomas Cup, sorry, China versus Australia. Don't miss that, coming up at 1 o'clock local time.